What's up, Saiyan Army? New client transformation video for you guys to set you guys up for this new year to make them new gains and hit those resolutions. So this is my client John. That's not his real name, to be honest. He wanted to remain anonymous, like in every single way except his pictures, but he allowed me to share his journey and his transformation with you guys. So this is my client John. He went from 170 pounds to about 161 pounds in the course of 10 weeks. No, that's not a lot, but it's a pretty drastic change in his physique and appearance, as we'll get into. So he's 21 years old. He was on this bro split prior to training with me, and I put him on a version of my Super Saiyan 6 program, which is a push-pull leg 6-day split, just to up the volume just a little bit. I did lower the volume on the program for him because he's also been only lifting for 2 to 3 years consistently, so he's still pretty new to the gym. He is 5'9" or 176 centimeters because I always get asked how tall people are in my videos, and back in 2013 he started at 207 pounds, which was his heaviest. So here's a little background. I'm just gonna read you guys what he wrote to me in his questionnaire. So, hey Matt, I honestly don't have a goal now as I'm pretty confused if I should go on a cut or lean bulk. I've been into fitness for about 2 to 3 years. I used to weigh around 207 pounds back in 2013 when I started to cut, but it wasn't very successful. I felt like I lost a lot of muscle mass. Since then, I went on a low-carb diet with no refeed. I think that my body reacts pretty sensitive to carbs, which wasn't the case, as we'll get into. Or maybe I was just too afraid to eat carbs, which was the case. So all I did was try to eat less than 150 grams of carbs. I did eventually get lean. I feel like I was just pure skinny. Also, I've been pretty fat throughout my entire life, so my lower body, such as my legs and calves, are pretty thick, and it just made his proportions look kind of weird. And he attached a series of photos for the past 2 to 3 years, hoping for a suggestion on how he should approach his diet and training. He wants to be lean and have decent size on him since he's going to a rave in 8 weeks time. I hope this information helps you. So let's get into this transformation. Week 1. So John's starting macros prior to coaching was 150 carbs, 50 fats, and 200 grams of proteins. So what we did was we upped his macros slightly. So the week 1 starting macros that I had him on was 250 grams of carbs, 50 fats, and 170 grams of protein. So we upped carbs and dropped protein slightly. Starting cardio was 2 sessions at 300 calories. His average weight in this week was 169.9 pounds. And he also drank 4 tequila shots. So the funny thing about this transformation is that every time John drank, how I have my clients show their daily macros with their check-ins is I have them put in their daily macros, and what he would do is put in the number of shots that he had taken on any given day. So throughout this whole transformation, John was drinking about anywhere between 2 to 3 times a week, anywhere from 1 to 3, anywhere between 1 and 3 tequila shots depending on the day. Sometimes it was more, sometimes it was less, but yeah, he was drinking pretty consistently. And this is a question I get asked about a lot, and that is, does alcohol go at body weight? Does alcohol go at cutting? And the answer is in moderation. Anything is fine really in moderation. You know, like eating a little candy while you're cutting is fine in moderation if it fits your macros. Smoking a little crack, never fine, not in moderation. I know I'm gonna get some people, but Goku, you said anything in moderation is fine. No, certain things in moderation. And I guess like drinking 2 or 3 times a week for him was in moderation, because that's what I told him. He asked me in the beginning, is okay to drink, and I told him in moderation, and that's just what he did. Oh yeah, also here's his starting pictures. Lighting's really bad, as you'll see later on as we go. This is something that changes pretty drastically throughout each and every week, is the lighting was never very consistent. I tell all my clients to take all their pictures in the same spot, in the same place, at the same time every single week, just to keep their pictures consistent. But for him, because of his schedule and whatnot, that wasn't the case. Week 2, new macros was 175 carbs, 50 fats, and 190 grams of proteins. We dropped carbs and we upped proteins again. Cardio stayed the same at 2 sessions at 300 calories, and his new low weigh-in was 167.1 pounds. So we dropped a little under 3 pounds that week. 6 tequila shots that particular week, and yeah, that was his new low. Here's his new pictures. Obviously he's in the gym, he probably had a pump going, and he looks like a totally different person from week 1 to week 2. But yeah, that's why we like to keep the pictures consistent. Let's keep it going. Week 3, 200 carbs, 50 fats, 200 grams of proteins was his new macros. So what we did was we upped carbs and we upped protein slightly. Now, why did we up carbs and proteins is because we don't want him losing weight too fast. We don't want him dieting down on too low macros, and we want to keep his metabolism nice and healthy. The best way to cut is slow and steady. Cutting is a marathon, not a sprint. Keep that in mind. Do not try to rush the cut. This is something that a lot of people do, and this is the same thing that he did, which is why he was cutting on 150 grams of carbs, or less than 150 grams of carbs. Cardio was 2 sessions, 300 calories. Average weight 165.5 pounds, so another about a 1.5 pound drop. 6 tequila shots again on this particular week. And here's his week 3 pictures. Lighting's not as good as week 2, so actually looks like he got fatter going from week 2 to week 3 when he actually lost weight. That's why lighting plays a big difference, but it's all good. Week 4, new macros: 250 carbs, 50 fats, 200 grams of proteins. Cardio stayed the same at 2 sessions, 300 calories. To be honest, I changed cardio to 3 sessions at 300 back in week 2, but he missed that change, and it just pretty much stayed to 2 times, and it went up to 3 times later on in the week, which was totally fine because it worked out okay. So new average weigh-in was 165.5 pounds, so they exact same as last week, even though we added an extra 200 calories to his diet. So that's a good sign. That means his metabolism is kicking and it's working. Here's his week 4 pictures. Physique looks relatively the same. Back is coming in. I think his waistline, especially from the back, is coming down a lot. As you can see, a lot more V-taper. I'm not sure if he's just flaring his lats more, but it looks like the fat's coming down a little bit around the love handle area, but we're getting there. We're making progress. Week 5, new macros: 300 carbs, 50 fats, 200 grams of protein. So again, we kicked up his carbs by another 50 grams, or extra 200 calories. Cardio stayed the same, 2 sessions at 300 calories. Average weigh-in was 165.7 pounds. Now this is I believe around where his maintenance calories would be. Keep in mind, maintenance is like a moving target. It depends on your daily activity, and it's constantly changing from day to day depending on what you do. Let's say one day you play basketball with your friends, obviously your daily expenditure is going to go a lot higher. Your TDE is going to go a lot higher. Let's say another day you're sick in bed, or you're working all day and you work at a computer all day, then obviously your TDE is going to be a lot lower. So keep in mind that maintenance is a moving target, and it's not just a set thing. Week 6. New macros: 250 carbs, 50 fats, 200 grams of protein. So pretty much the same macros as he was in week 4. Reason why we dropped it again was because we kind of found out where his metabolism was at, and from there we can start dropping calories slowly. We upped cardio as well to 3 sessions at 300 calories, and his new average weigh-in was 164.6 pounds. Actually, he missed the cardio session, so cardio was at 2 sessions, 300 calories. When I did bump it up again, new low weigh-in, 164.6 pounds. And here's his week 6 pictures. Abs slowly coming in, back looking better, arms looking leaner, his shoulders are popping a little bit better, and yeah, making progress, guys. Week 7, macros: 250 carbs, 50 fats, 200 grams of protein. So macros stayed the same. Cardio, 3 sessions at 300 calories. He actually hit all 3 sessions this week, which is great. Average weigh-in 163.1 pounds, so another about 1.5 pound drop, which is awesome because these are a lot higher macros than what he was cutting on before. His carbs went up by another 100 grams, so an extra 400 calories, and he's losing weight. And here's his week 7 pictures. Lighting, this guy is king of the downward lighting, but definitely looking leaner regardless of the lighting. And progress, you can see it coming through. Week 8, macros: 250 carbs, 50 fats, 200 grams of proteins. Cardio the same, 3 sessions at 300 calories. Average weigh-in 163.1 pounds, so his average stayed the same. This week he had a weekend where he didn't track. I believe this was the weekend. Yeah, this was the weekend he went to. So yeah, this was the weekend he went to his rave, so that's why he didn't track all weekend, but his average still remained the same, which is great. His metabolism is kicking and burning off all that alcohol and whatever he had throughout that weekend. Week 9, macros the same: 250 carbs, 50 fats, 200 grams of protein. But Goku, why are you keeping his macros the same for all 4 weeks? It's been the same, and reason being is he's losing weight at these given amount of macros. The past week his weight stayed the same and he partied all weekend, so you don't want to drop macros too fast. Remember, fat loss is a marathon, not a sprint. You want to take it slow, and you want to diet on as many calories as you can, and that's going to be different for everyone. Some people have to get 100 grams of carbs to get lean, while others can diet on 300, 400 grams of carbs. It all depends on, your metabolism, genetics, and how much muscle mass you have, and obviously your daily activity. If you're a construction worker burning, thousands of calories working every day, then you probably can eat a little bit more. So cardio, 3 sessions, 300 calories. New low weigh-in, 162.8 pounds. Week 10, macros, 250 carbs, 50 fats, 200 grams of proteins. We kept macros the same again. Cardio, 3 sessions at 300 calories. New average low weigh-in was 161.5 pounds, so another 1.3 pound drop. So here's his week 10 pictures. Here's his transformation, and yeah, he did a great job. It actually looked like he gained muscle throughout this process. You can't be 100% sure unless you're taking like a DEXA scan, which is, the most accurate body fat scan, but even the DEXA scan isn't 100% accurate. So do I think he gained some muscle throughout this process? Maybe a little bit. It's hard to say because of the lighting changes, but all his lifts went up, which is another good indicator. He was cutting very slowly. And is this something that should be aimed at as a goal for people cutting to gain muscle? No, it's not. I think too many people try to do both at once and they end up just stagnant. They neither gain muscle nor lose fat, they just stay the same. That's why I believe that people should go through, cutting and bulking phases, or mini cut, or just lean bulk and do mini cuts as you go if you gain a little bit too much fat. So that's the client transformation. Thank you for watching. Like the video if you want more client transformations. I also made a client transformation Instagram page. Follow it at Saiyan Transformation. It doesn't have every single transformation that I made because I can't find the folder where I had all the pictures in it, but these are all of them that I posted on my Instagram. Keep in mind, I don't post them all on my personal account just because I don't want to spam everyone too much. So follow that transformation page if you want to see more transformations, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Much love, strength and honor. Aloha.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! Immortal!